Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about ser and estar. These are two verbs that get kind of confusing for English speakers because we only have one word for both of these verbs in English. So ser and estar would both translate to be. Okay, like something is or there are. That's ser and estar. So you got to separate your meanings into two groups. And to do that, you can use these wonderful acronyms. So ser, if you remember the word doctor, then you can remember the different uses for ser. Overall, though, if you just remember ser is more for the defining characteristic of something, you'll be good to go. So if you look at it, descriptions. So el libro es interesante. The book is interesting. That is a characteristic. It's not going to change tomorrow. Okay. Occupations, when you want to talk about what you do as a profession, like ella es doctora, she is a doctor. You guys would say, yo soy estudiante. That is your occupation. That's your profession right now. So yo soy maestro. I'm a teacher. Notice with this one, you don't say un or uno with the profession. You just say, ella es doctora. Yo soy maestro. Tú eres estudiante. Like I said earlier, characteristics, right? Yo soy alto e inteligente. I'm tall and intelligent, or whatever physical or personality characteristics you want to use to describe yourself or other people. Use it for time. I know time is always changing, but you use ser with it. Okay, son las 2:30, for example. It is 2:30. Remember with time, and we'll get into this in the time video if you look in the notes. Remember with time, if it's 1 o'clock, or if you're talking about 1 o'clock, then ser is singular. So you'd say es la una, son las dos, son las tres, son las cuatro. Origin, if you want to talk about where somebody is from. Nosotros somos, oops, that should be an O, sorry about that. Nosotros somos de Colombia. We are from Colombia. Where you are from doesn't change. It's actually a characteristic of who you are. It's your background. If you were born in California, then you are from California. It's also for relationships, okay? So, ella es mi hermana, she is my sister. Ella es mi mamá, she's my mom. Tú eres mi amigo, you are my friend. So remember, doctor or characteristics, things that define what something is. One other thing, for ser, you also use it for events. If you want to say where something is, and this is where it gets confusing, which you'll see with estar. So you talk about un evento es en el parque, like the event is in the park. El concierto es en el parque. It's an event in the park. Okay. The other word for ser, or for to be, is estar. Okay. An acronym you can use to remember estar is place. Okay. Position, like where something is. Ella está a mi lado. She is at my side. It's position in relation to other things. Location. La casa está en la esquina. The house is on the corner. Action would be yo estoy hablando. Now, this hablando thing is this is actually a compound tense, and we call those progressive, or the gerund, or present participles. Okay. Condition is the other reason you would use estar if you want to talk about how things temporarily are. So, estamos enfermos, we are sick. That is not a defining characteristic of who you are. You just have a cold. Okay. So you'd use estar. It's also used for emotions and feelings, like ellos están felices. They are happy. And again, the big thing to remember about estar is it's usually temporary, or it's not a defining characteristic of something. The one that might get you confused a little bit is like location. Doesn't matter. It's always good. If you're talking about location, you're always going to say está, unless it's an event, and then it would be ser. Okay. That being said, you can use ser and estar with the same adjectives, and it'll change the meaning based on which verb you use. So if you look at the chart down here, you have ser and estar, and how the meaning will change depending on what you're saying over here. So if you say es aburrido, you're saying it is boring. But if I say está aburrido, then you're saying it is bored. Okay, like if you want to say soy cansado, that means you're a very tiring person. But if you say estoy cansado, it just means I'm tired. If you look at the columns, these are all characteristics, right? Defining what makes somebody who they are. This is just how they're feeling right now. Okay? So aburrido, we just did. Grave. Grave is serious or very sick. They can kind of mean the same thing, but again, this is a characteristic, that's a condition. And you can be kind of funny with some of them sometimes, like enfermo. If you say soy enfermo, that makes sense, but it means I am sick in the sense that I have a permanent illness, as like mental illness, for example. You could say it that way. So look at these, and you can see how they change. Viejo is old. Estás viejo means you just look old. Eres vivo, like you're sharp, you're quick. Estás vivo means you're alive. Okay. Characteristic, not a characteristic, it's more of a condition. Okay, if you think you got these, check on the practice down below, see how you do. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know.